Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. I'm doing my grocery shopping list for my once a month grocery shopping. So I thought I'd bring you along and show you how I do it. I like to normally use an app, it's just a list app. It's called Wonderlist, and it gives me all my grocery lists right here. You see, I have Sam's Club, Aldi, Trader Joe's, Amazon, Super Saver, which is just a grocery store in town, Walmart, the bread store, and then I have second half of the month Sam's Club, second half of the month Aldi, Walgreens. We have an Iraqi store where we get a lot of our Kenyan supplies, food stuff. Trim Healthy Mama, second half of the month Walmart. And so as I'm going through my month, when I'm out of stuff that I need, oh, see, all my junk mail's coming in. When I'm out of stuff that I need from Sam's Club or something I don't want to forget, I just jot it down on my phone. The nice thing about Wonderlist is it's connected to my phone, Solo's phone, and we have a home phone that we use for the kids. So if I take a kid shopping with me, I can give them one of the phones too, and we can split up. So you can see from the month I already wrote down, we need Kleenex, we need laundry detergent, and we need basmati rice. Just things I thought of that I didn't want to forget. I also have a few things in Aldi already. Starting out, I knew I needed green onions, seasoned salt, and soy sauce. A lot of times I put my spices and pantry items as I know that I need more. I'll stick them in right away, and then I don't have to have a perfect memory. That's how I start, with some items usually already on my list. This whole process usually takes me about an hour to an hour and a half, and then I'm done with my meal planning and my grocery list for the whole month's worth. So it's definitely worth that time that I put in at the beginning of the month, which is usually the end of the month actually, in preparation for the beginning of the month. So the next thing I would do, if I'm going to do an online pickup order for Sam's Club and Walmart, which are two stores I do every month, then I would just pull those up, their websites, and instead of writing my lists for those two stores, I'm just gonna order them as I go and just add them to my cart. I will write a list for Trader Joe's, Amazon if I have any needs there, and Aldi. Today I think I'm gonna actually go into Sam's Club, so I'm not gonna do an online pickup order. If you've watched any of our videos before, you know that our town is a huge football town, like huge, and today is a home game. I need a couple things from Sam's Club that I don't usually get on the online pickup order thing. Like I wanna get a couple shirts for a couple babies that need them, and I love their clothes there. They have Carter's and they have such good prices. So I kind of want to walk through the store today. I thought since it's a game day, it's a good day to walk through the store because I'm not a huge football fan and the store is empty out. So I will be writing a list for Sam's Club, but I will pull up Walmart here because I don't want to walk through Walmart. So I have Walmart pulled up. I have my Wonderlist app up to put in what I need. And then I'm also going to use my calendar. I love using my calendar on my computer. I mostly only use it for meals. I like that handwritten calendar over my desk for everything else. But I do like to put in my meals here. I'll start with Monday, October 1st. I want to make sure I have enough food for each day of the week. Every Monday, we have eggs for breakfast. Every Tuesday, we have applesauce and toast and cottage cheese. Every Wednesday, we have oatmeal and yogurt. Every Thursday, we have bagels and smoothies. Every Friday, we have oatmeal and yogurt. And every Saturday, we have granola. And Sundays, we have granola. Sometimes I'll start at the beginning of the month with changing it up a little if we want to do something different this month as far as those meals on those days, those breakfasts. But this month, I want to keep them the same. There are 5 Mondays in October, so I want to make sure I have enough eggs to make eggs for those 5 Mondays. Then there are 5 Tuesdays, so I want to make sure I have enough applesauce and bread for the toast for those Tuesdays in October. You get the picture. So I'm going to go ahead and do that and write my list for all of breakfasts for the month of October, and it won't take me long at all since I just have to make sure I have those 7 breakfasts and enough food for all the weeks that we have. I like to arrange my grocery lists. Especially when I'm going to the store, I want to arrange them by where they are in the store. It just helps a lot to make sure I don't miss anything and to make sure I can get through the store a little faster, which is important when you're buying groceries for a whole month, believe me. It also helps when I take a kid with me because I can tell them, okay, I want you to do all the breads, or I'd like you to do all the fresh stuff. Actually, I don't usually have them do the fresh stuff because I like to pick that out myself. But I can easily have them like take the frozen stuff and go do that whole list. Organizing now makes it easier for me later. I'm still going through my breakfast here, and I noticed I need smoothie supplies, and I'm not sure how much frozen fruit I have in the outside freezer. So I like to, just to make it as efficient as possible, I like to keep a little notepad or something to jot down to check the freezer for frozen fruit, so I can check everything at once. Otherwise, I'd be running back and forth constantly. I also have a list of things I need to check in my pantry. So at the end, I can just go check those things and see if I need more. All right, moving along, I'm going on to lunches. So I'm gonna go through all those lunches, and today I do wanna make one change. We decided we would do some baked potatoes for lunch. It would be a cheap lunch that fills them up good, and they've been wanting that. I think I'm gonna replace one of our sandwich meals with baked potatoes this month, so I'm gonna add in those instead. For baked potatoes, I'm thinking just baking a whole bunch in the oven at once or in the microwave if we're really running short on time. And then we'll just do some toppings like cheese, broccoli maybe, bacon bits, sour cream, I don't know, those kind of things that they like. I do have one child that does not like potatoes at all. And so for lunches and breakfasts, I'm pretty accommodating. I'm trying to find something they like. And so I'll probably let him have an extra roll up that day of meat and cheese or something like that. What I like about my calendar on my Apple computer is that I can put in sandwiches at noon on Monday, and then I can have it repeat every single week. So I come in here and my calendar's already made for me for breakfast, lunch, and snack, because I have those repeating every week. So I just am going through and making sure I have enough of what I need for the meal that we're looking at. As I'm doing this one, I know for potatoes, I'm gonna buy them again in the middle of the month because I don't wanna buy potatoes for the whole month now. I just don't wanna risk them going bad. So I go ahead and put that in my second half of the month Aldi shopping list so that I don't have to remember these things, because if it's left up to my memory, it won't happen. Next, I'm moving on to snacks. So Monday, we've been doing popsicles, but I wanna switch that one. We're gonna go ahead and start doing hot chocolate. It is cold out, as you can see by the fire running behind me. Fire? That side. We're gonna go ahead and switch that for all future events. So Monday will be hot chocolate now. And then Sunday is a little different for us. We don't actually plan a snack because we snack for dinner. And if kids don't like a snack that we do, I can talk more about this in the future, how we handle kids that don't like things and that kind of thing. They can usually just skip snack. I have had popsicles around lately though, those sleeve kinds, and when you buy a box of those, you get a ton. So I have been throwing those out here and there too for a little extra, but mostly if they don't like a snack, they can just wait till the next meal, and that's good with me. Or they can grab a hard-boiled egg because that's a little healthier. So, but they're not replacing frozen fruit with a granola bar because I only have enough granola bars for Thursdays. Next, I'm gonna take care of dinners. For the most part, we do a different meal every night for a month. It's not always the case. Like sometimes in the summers, we'll grill every Friday, or we'll have, we'll go through a season where we have the same meal every Monday. I go back and forth, but I really like the variety of having just a month's worth of meals, and I plug them in where I want them. I really liked September's meal, so I'm just going to repeat mostly what I did in September. I switch them around when I get tired of a meal. I'll swap one out. And before I knew how to make a month's worth of meals, which that was a couple years worth, we would just even do the same week's worth every week. I would just repeat the same meals every week. So gradually, as I learned how to make more stuff, I do more of a variety. I'm gonna do a salad every Friday, so that'll help me plan that. I'm going to do chicken, I think, on Wednesdays and Sundays, a chicken dish. Mondays we'll do something Kenyan, and Kenyan is usually beef. Solo likes to cook with beef a lot, so that'll be our beef days. Tuesday we'll probably do meatless, and Thursdays, I think on Thursdays we'll do like a ground turkey meal or ground beef if we happen to get a cow. Saturdays, I don't know, it's gonna be whatever's left, maybe grilling or something like that. So I'm gonna go ahead and plug all those in. I'll take last month's meal, look at where I wanna put it this month, and go from there. I arrange it like that just to keep some variety throughout our week, so we're not eating chicken 3 days in a row or meatless 3 days in a row. My kids and husband would not like that. And so I want to keep the variety. It also helps me with planning, coming up with a meal. If I need another meatless meal, I can look around for just specifically that. I also do it that way because I know what days Solo has more time to cook, so I'll plan the Kenyan meals like on the days he has time, or days he has time to grill. He does our grilling too. So I'll plan around his schedule. I'd like to do chicken on Sundays because a lot of my crock pot recipes are chicken And those are easier for us since we like to eat right after church, our big meal. So I'll put it in the crock pot in the morning. So that's how I come up with my planning system. Doesn't mean we always do what's on the calendar for dinner that day. Lunches and breakfasts and snacks, yes, we really stick to it for the most part. At dinners, we absolutely don't. We'll move them around all the time as we feel like it, as I feel like it. If I was supposed to get something in the crock pot and I didn't, we'll switch it out with another meal that doesn't require that. But it's nice to have a plan and know that I have all the food for that whole month's worth, and I have all the food for those meals, so I can just pick another one and do that instead. When I do stick to it, we're getting a good variety. So that's kind of my rationale behind that. I hope that makes sense. Before I get to putting in all my meals, I first go back and I take everything that we did not eat in September, because there are times where we had leftovers, or we just ended up scrounging or doing oatmeal or something because we didn't have time, ordering pizza, whatever. Life happens. And so there are definitely meals we didn't use in September. I want to make sure those get in my calendar for October right away, early October. And I won't have to buy usually the meats and vegetables for that, because I should still have them. Unless they're fresh vegetables, then I might need to. But a lot of times I have a good portion of the meal somewhere in my fridge or freezer, so I want to make sure I use that up. And at the end of the month, I'm throwing in a couple of leftover days, just because I know we won't need quite that many meals. Life will happen. We'll either have leftovers or we'll go out or something. So I do throw 2 or 3 of those days in at the end of the month, and that usually helps it work out pretty evenly. Some people do it, I know, every week. They put in just a leftover day, and we don't have leftovers that much, but if we do, it's great. I ended up filling my Saturdays with mostly fish meals or a couple of grilling days. So we got some fish in there too. As I go through and put my meals in, I have my cookbooks here, and I look through each one for that meal. Unless I know the meal by heart, I do forget things easily, and so I want to make sure I have all the ingredients for those recipes. I go ahead and add those to my grocery list as I'm going through my dinner. I ended up with needing 2 more crock pot recipes that would be easy, so I added a chili. This is for Sundays, remember. I added a chili recipe that I tried a few months ago in the cookbook. This one that I'm cooking out of, and it was really good. It was the creamy chicken chili, verde chili something on page 74, I think, 78. I added that, and then I just put in the last Sunday of the month, I just put in a restaurant Sunday, because I know we'll go out to a restaurant probably at least one Sunday this month, so I might as well plan it. I was also missing 2 meatless meals, so I put in a BLT frittata, which is from this cookbook, page, let me even tell you, page 74. It does have a little bacon in it, which I could leave in, I could add in or leave out, but eggs are always a good meatless meal, right? I actually needed a couple meals, so I did just plain eggs another day. We may do waffles or something for the kids. And I doubled another meal, which is sukuma wiki that we make. It's a Kenyan meal. It's just a lot of greens, and we'll do that twice in the month instead of just once. So other than that, I was able to fill up my whole calendar easily. I kept off a couple meals that I didn't love from last month, and now I'm just gonna go through and make sure I have every single thing for each of those recipes, and then I'll show you what I do next. I think I'm done with that. So finally, I'm going to check my pantries and freezers for all the things that I'm not sure if I have enough of. I am going to check my pantry for just our basic condiment items that we always need: ketchup, mustard, mayonnaise, ranch dressing. There's a few of those I want to make sure I have enough for the month. I always look at my canned tomatoes. We use a lot of canned tomatoes, tomato sauce, tomato paste, tomato diced tomatoes. So I just like to keep a good number of those, so I'll restock those as needed. Just glance over my pantry for anything else I might need. Since these lunches and breakfasts are things mostly the kids eat, I think about what Solo and I like to have on hand. A lot of times he'll take leftovers for lunch, but I do like to have some of our kind of food that we like to eat available. I like kale a lot for breakfast, so I'll go through and add those kind of things that him and I would like for breakfast and lunches. I do a lot of salads for lunch, so I want all my salad ingredients on my list. Then I also add my fruit, like how much fruit I want to keep around for the kids, fresh fruit. And a lot of that I'll decide at the store too, based on prices. because that certainly changes around here from season to season. So I'll just write fruits and make sure I write bananas because I don't want to forget those. The last thing I do for my grocery list is I go around my house and I check a couple places where I keep household items. And so I want to make sure I have enough of those things. So I'll kind of check those areas real quick. I like to keep an extra that when I grab the extra, I want to replace it. This helps me stay out of the stores and not be running back just because I ran out during that month. So I like to keep those extras replenished. And that's about it. Then I'm pretty sure I have everything, and then I head off to the store, or I submit my order and tell my husband to go pick it up. I hope this is helpful to you. There is one other thing I like to do on grocery list day. I like to go clean out my fridge. My fridge is kind of gross at the end of every month, and it's really empty, so it's the best time to clean it out. So I'll clean that out when I hang up with you. Hang up. You guys aren't a phone. When I'm done here filming, I'm gonna go clean my fridge, and then I'm off to Sam's Club to take advantage of no crowds today. So thank you guys for watching. I hope this was helpful in some way, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.